Alright, let's see if this works now. I think it is working actually. Is there anyone in the chat that can confirm that it's actually working? Mhm. Alright, so I have a to-do list to go through from some of the testing. So, oh, that's great. So I had a tester just trying out some random things in the open world today. So I had a bunch of things that I started fixing. And there's a bunch, as usual, there's a bunch of small Polish things, so I figured I should go through them. And one of the things were that you can climb this guy, which should be quite easy to fix. So that's the first thing I wanna figure out real quick. So we have a climbable block here. Okay, so that's the one I wanted to change. So what I have to do is essentially just go through every collision profile and see which one has the climbable on block, because that's the one that messes it up. So here we have one, the block called dynamic. So we set it to custom and press it. So you could actually climb the hammer, which was the part I noticed that it climbed up on several times as well. And let's just double check so there's not another one. I think we might be good now. Yeah, all right. So that's all. That's the first fix. I can't climb the bloody blacksmith anymore. So I'm just using a a notepad on the side on other monitor. So I'm just gonna do this real quick. Um, so that's the first one. I also increased the particle effect despawn radius, or I was supposed to do it on the updraft effect over here. So this blueprint needed a larger area to despawn because it had some visual glitches. So let's see. I'm gonna look into the blueprints real quick here. And generic tick control sets the visibility. So the component called tick control needs to be larger. I'm gonna increase it by maybe 50%, like so. So essentially what I want happening is that when you're over here, you won't see this effect despawn. So essentially all these rocks shoot up an updraft of air, and they despawned quite obviously when you were around this far away from it. So I just increased it by 50%, so it should be like over here, something like this, which makes it way harder to notice, hopefully. But I guess we're gonna have to tweak it at some point, but for now it's a massive increase at least. Then we have a bigger issue, so that was the second one. Gonna have to go through the base class for movement. And I'm gonna go through sprinting. And I need to figure out what's going on in the sprinting part. Doesn't seem to drain stamina when you're sprinting here, so it's probably in the combat character then. I'm going through the parent classes of the main character right now. Just trying to make sure that I find the right stuff I need to change. Sprint stamina cost, here we have it. So, stamina reduced. Drain stamina, so here we have it. So maybe we could try, when you deploy the glider, I guess we can try to just set the sprint to false. Hmm. This might get a little bit dicey actually. It's gliding input action. Toggle glide. So could try this. I don't think this is gonna work, but it seemed like the fastest thing to try out. So what I'm gonna do now is just I'm gonna sprint, and while still holding the shift key, I am going to try to deploy glider, and hopefully the sprinting will stop draining the stamina, because you don't actually get a speed boost while gliding, but it drains the stamina. So you see the stamina is being drained, and let's see if it stops. Alright, so that works, but you see that now it recuperates while you have landed. So what I want to do now is see if I can on the event on landed, or actually we could probably take a copy of the set sprint node as well. Let's see here. Actually, we have to move this node because we have to use it when we're actually supposed to be deploying. So right above here then. So we use this here, and then we have to go into the toggle gliding function. Is gliding is true, then we toggle the gliding again. Okay, so if we're already gliding, I see. So stop gliding around here then. That's the toggle gliding, then we need this stop gliding. Just gonna add this one here as well. See if this works. It might be a bug that I'm causing now that will drain the stamina. Oh shoot, yeah, of course. Need to get a target. Perfect. Alright, so I'm just gonna do this to try it out real quick, because I think this might cause the stamina to drain when you start draining when you land, which obviously is not something we want. So let's try it out again. So we got the stamina to stop draining while we toggle the gliding. But we might have to sort of manually stop the character from sprinting immediately after landing. That's not gonna work. Okay, so this seems to be working just fine when you keep sprinting. Also, this works now. Awesome. So we can drain the stamina while sprinting and deploy the glider here. It stops draining stamina, and when we land, it starts draining again. And if we jump and I release the shift key so I won't sprint when I land, we won't drain. Well, that's great. Seems to be working nicely. So that wasn't too much a thing to do. Let's collapse these nodes. Sprint management, stamina management, like so. See if these guys still work. I'm just gonna remove these guys. To make it a little bit cleaner. Let's just do one last verification, make sure it works now when I collapse the nodes, and then we can move on. That's the third fix. So we sprint in, draining the stamina. Yeah, this works. Awesome. I'm just gonna save all here. Then I'm going to push this update toward GitHub just to be sure I remember. Usually when I do a lot of changes at once, I forget what the heck I was doing, so I usually have to go back and figure out what the changes actually were, because some things might be just trash that was some weird experiment, and if I push that and everyone pulls the latest update, it's gonna be a lot of people having weird behaviors in a bunch of different classes. Hey, Vincero! How you doing, man? Um, Blacksmith NPC no longer climbable. Submit that one. I'm great, man. I had a bunch of luck just now. I managed to fix 3 bugs in 20 minutes. So that's very good. I'm also having someone to talk to while doing this. That's even better. Did you manage to get it working, right? Fixed stamina drain while gliding. Bug fix. Let's see, I think I need the paraglider component as well to push it. Yep. Alright, that's cool. If you guys wouldn't mind, I'd really appreciate it if you could throw a like or something. I noticed that if we get a lot of likes in a short amount of time, there will be like a quick push by YouTube, I think, driving more traffic towards the stream. So, when do you think, Misfits, when do you think you'll be able to try out the open world version? You had like, was it like 2 weeks or something like that? Next, updraft, VFX, despawn range. 50%. So I think those were all the pushes I need to do for now. So now we can go back and start implementing the things at the forest area. Yeah, that was all the things we need to push for now, so I can just exit these blueprints over here and start working on the environment and the gameplay stuff. Let's see here. So if you're still here, Wing Zero, if you go over here in the current build that you have, you can activate the time challenge thing and try it out. So you should have spawned over in the mountains over there. So if you run all the way back, you can see all the new areas that I've made. Anyway, I think I'm going to do the battle camp thing. I think it's called the battle camp. Camp chest, maybe? Oh, there it is. Bloody hell. Alright. So, I'm debating where I should put this. Maybe up here on this thing, or by the tents and the training area over here. I don't know, what do you think? I'm leaning more towards the sort of the officer's bridge or whatever this is. Like this. Should we put it here? Or should we put it over there? So what this thing does is that it will, when you start the game and when you go close enough, it will generate a bunch of enemies for you to defeat. And when all the enemies are dead, the treasure chest will unlock. But I feel like this might be quite a few enemies to beat actually. Maybe. Let's see how it goes. So we're gonna have to test it anyway. Probably do a bunch of balance fixes. So what this thing is supposed to do is to make it really fast to create an optimized gameplay moment. So the blueprint I'm using is made from a treasure chest that has some code here telling it what to do depending on the situation. So essentially, when you walk into the spawn range, it will get the transform of all these arrows and populate an array here with the spawn, the actor, the guardians that we choose. So we have an array of guardians. So at this point it should spawn 4 human rogues if we, or human bandits if we walk into the spawn area. So I can try it out now just to make sure that works. And essentially what this does is that we can really easily create a themed battle camp. Essentially, if we want a bunch of goblins or elementals or a group of bandits like this case, um, that's going to be really fast, or that's the general idea anyway. Kim, I'm making a very Breath of the Wild inspired game. Um, I like games like Breath of the Wild, Genshin Impact, and when I started out the indie journey and started learning to make games, I figured that's what I should try since it's a complete noob mistake, going way over scope and doing something that shouldn't be possible. Whoop. So let's see if this actually works now when we kill the guardians. So it is supposed to track all the guardians, and then when all the guardians are dead, it's supposed to unlock the treasure chest. So I can immediately see we're missing one guy for some reason. Oh, thank you, man. Most of the models aren't made by me. It's like an asset that I have been sort of making changes to the textures and stuff, but the biggest challenge is making something that's decently cohesive. So here we have some issue with the collision, I can see. So we're missing one guardian here. What did we... Yeah, so what Wing Zero said, Lorne is the name, and it's supposed to be the name of the planet that we're living on in this game. So I wonder, it might have been this one actually. I can see that it might have dropped the guy into the ground. So if I'm just gonna turn the arrows away real quick, let's make a head count. So Lorne is the name of the game and also the name of the planet that you play on. And let's make a head count. So we have 3 people there and the 4th guy over there. Okay, so it was the guy was spawning underneath the ground, so that was the issue. So the head count worked, and I'm going to delete all but one here, I suppose. Just make sure that the chest is unlockable, so I don't miss anything obvious before proceeding with the cinematic part. How long have I been working on this? I've been working on Lorne for about 1.5 years. Okay, so it works, but it's using a different sequence. That's funny. So about 30 hours a week for a year and a half is what I've been spending on this. So we have this issue again, and okay, so now it's lootable, so the array works and the guardian thing. So we just have to fix this cinematic now, and whatever the collision thing was. We're getting stuck on something here. I wonder what it is. Wait, is it the arrow? No way. Is it the arrow? Yeah, it's almost been 18 months, and I actually have clocked all the hours from the start, and I averaged, I think it was 32 hours a week up to New Year's, and then I went back a little bit because I have a lot to do on my job as well. Okay, so that was the issue. The arrows are the issue. Let's see if I can get the enemy spawn points. I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna disable the collision here and hope that it doesn't create any issues with the spawns. So if this works, I'm just gonna make a real quick push for the bug fix of the arrows, since we don't want those to. Don't want to forget to push those changes. Okay, so now this works, and we can't loot the chest, which is great. So all we have to do now is to kill this guy. Oh, and the red skull you saw there is the indicator that the enemy is using a special ability. That's so cool. Is it ever raining? I mean, I guess, yeah, sure. There are periods of time where it's not as fun, I guess, but I've never had a tough time. I always been entertained by all the learning and all the challenges, so I haven't felt demotivated. It's felt really hard at times, but I really, really enjoyed this thing. I couldn't have spent that much time if I didn't. I don't think I might have gone crazy way before this point. Great, so that worked perfectly. So now we just have to fix the sequencer and all those things. I wonder if we even have something that. So let's restore this one to the normal. Alright, so we clearly have some issues with the how we're setting this up now, because we're playing a level sequence here, but we need to make this a variable, because if we don't make this into a variable, so essentially what happens is that when we kill all the enemies, it's gonna play a short cinematic of the unlocking of the chest. But since we had it pre-assigned with a cinematic like this one, it's going to use that one with all the transforms, and it's going to look at some completely different place in the world. But we want a unique one for every single chest in the world. So what we have to do is to create a variable for this and expose it to the editor by clicking the I here next to the variable. And then I'm going to name it chest unlocked sin. Actually, chest unlock SEQ, like so. And now we have an exposed variable here. So now I can simply click the chest, and I have the possibility to choose what kind of sequence I want to play. So I'm going to make another sequence. Chest unlocked, bandit cap. No, I think we can just use simple names for these. So the reason why I just copied this sequence here is that I want to reuse a bunch of the things. There's gonna be some weird reference in this one, but so this cinematic is not gonna play properly if I lock the camera to where this actually is located in the world. You can see it's since I copied it, it's in the original place in the world uh, where the camera was that I copied. So if I play this one now, it's not going to make sense to anyone. So I have to reassign every single thing, like all the references. And I think that we might wanna, maybe we want the cinematic to do something funny, like get a nice view. We go, whoa, that was way too fast. We could, when we defeat all the enemies, we could have the camera go from here and zoom in on the lock from there. Or maybe we could do something like this. Yeah, maybe this. What do you guys think? Should we go from like above like this? Or through the gate? Hmm. So I wonder if I can just change this one, convert spawn will assign actor. Let's see here. Let's get it to camp chest. So this one. So now I have a working thing here. All right, great. So what we have now is a we have a uh, persistence in this level cinematic preset. That means that whatever happens in the cinematic is gonna stay like that in the world. So now when I change the reference, it will automatically find all the effects and the padlock inside the camp chest blueprint. So now when we play it, now we're only missing the camera thing, I think. So that's all working now. So now we just have to get the camera and we're going to create this thing maybe from here then. And these sequencers are something that I'm really not used to working with. So it's always gonna take a little bit of time just to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do. So just in case, I'm gonna remove this one, delete the selected track, and I just grabbed a copy of it. So now we're gonna lock to this one. Oh, we have to snap it over there, I guess. Can we do that? Move to new folder. There should be some way to. So that's okay. So we have the cine actor. Move it to me. Snap object to view. Perfect. All right. So now we're just gonna man the cam, and then let's see here. Might have to fix some settings with this one later. But I think maybe we go from here. So shoot. Okay. So I need to remove the transform. Let's see. There's the transform. Let's just delete it. I'm gonna track it on my own in a second. So I need to figure out how far we're gonna travel now. So the padlock goes there. Okay, so that's at the 3 mark. So we might want to be there at 2.5. So from 0 to 2.5, we want to go to all the way to the chest. So let's just snap this one over here. Then we man the camera. And we can fix anything with the focal length and stuff later. I think that was maybe a bit aggressive. Something like that. And what I want to do now is I have manned the camera, so I want to track it and I want to track the transform. So what I'm gonna do is just click the. You can do two things. You can either auto key it, so that's just whenever you move the camera and release the mouse button, it will save the current position. But I usually mess that up way too much, so instead I'm just going to do it manually, like pressing so. And then we move over to the 2.5 mark, and I'm going to place the camera where I'm supposed to want it, like there, maybe a little bit further, like so, and then press play again. Cool. So I guess we can save this one now, and we are gonna close it down just temporarily. And we are. Oh, right. Am I still holding the? Just gonna add some. Okay, cool. I'm gonna remove maybe 2 of these guys and add a berserker as well. Just to try it with something else. So let's see if it works. We might have to fix some bugs initially. So we have the berserker and the bandit guy. So one is like a light attack kind of enemy, and the other one is a heavy hitter. So let's see. It seems to be blocked by something on top of this thing. Maybe it's not navigable, so we might have to fix that. Ow. Right, so let's finish him and see if it works. He's dead, and we're not manning the camera. That is not optimal. If we check this real quick, where do we have the camera? Cam chest. It clearly played, but for some reason it didn't seem to want to man this one. Oh. What we could do, I guess, is to create a print like this. Print. We're gonna see what thing is being played. And we'll make sure to possess the player. Or actually possess the camera. I did not see a print. Set it for 5 seconds. Okay, so it plays the correct cinematic, which is good. I think that's less good is the fact that the cinematic isn't actually possessing the camera. Could it be the camera cut, of course? I am a dum-dum. Let's see if it works now. All right. So there might be is 2 seconds good? I don't know. Actually, I might want to move up the transform just a little bit, like so. Let's see how this looks. Let's man the camera. So now we actually get a slight pause before the cinematic plays. Alright, so let's see if the pause works better now. No, it did not. I didn't like that at all. Just had this weird long pause. I'm just gonna murder this bandit for a few times. Make sure I'm happy with the results. Before moving into the last part, which is just creating a better placement for the enemies. Yeah, I think it's alright. I'm just gonna do a slight adjustment to the position. Like that, maybe. Let's move it over there. We're gonna delete this transform and just move it to position like so. And then save it from there. Go back here. And then adjust the pause that we had before. Yeah, that's all right. So let's go to the whoop. Sorry. So I want to check the navigation on the bridge as well, because the enemy wasn't walking when he was over there, so there might be some issue with like the maybe this stair between the ground and when you go up. So he wasn't walking at all here. So let's see if this guy can follow me up. So yeah, he's clearly having trouble with this part here. So this is something that I might want to add a manual nav mesh volume. I'm not even sure if that's how you work with it. I've used a dynamic nav mesh for such a long time, so I don't even remember how those things work anymore. Yeah, it's definitely not how they're supposed to be used. Um, I'm just gonna remove it for now. I'll fix it later. I guess I could make a really easy quick fix and add a ramp just where this staircase is. We could try it. So what I want to do now is just fix the bug fix, remove the collision on spawner arrow, spawner indicators. And I made a cinematic as well, so we want to push that thing. Created a second level sequence for Battle Camp. Alright, cool. And I think that we got all we need for this one. So we're just gonna have to create the actual camp now, which is really fast now that it all works. So we're gonna reset this one, we're gonna remove one guy, and let's add 2 berserkers and one of the one berserker and 2 of the bandits. So the second guy over here, we don't need one up there for now. Or actually, we could try the ramp thing. Let's add a cube. So instead of having a complex mesh to create a nav mesh on, figured I could try to simply make it into one of these guys to make the nav mesh calculation easier. So this is nothing you're gonna notice in game at all. Something like that. And then we do the hide in game. Actor hidden in game. There it is. Great. So now we can just do a quick test for the nav mesh. Sorry, just give me one short second here. All right. Show navigation. There we go. We have 2 enemies. The nav mesh is not shown up the way we want. But this time it seemed to be able to go down anyway, so that's pretty interesting. Let's see if they can go back up again. No, they're not able to go up. But if I go close enough to the nav mesh here, they start trying to go there. Okay, so it might not be can affect navigation. Should be able to provide us with some. Maybe it's just the way we set up the granularity that we're actually calculating the navigation mesh. In that case, I have to make it like smaller iterations. That shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, it's definitely the navigation thing. So I just have to do this at a later time. I have to tweak the project settings for the navigation mesh just to make sure it actually calculates navigation on these more complex things better. But that's not a problem for now. So let's continue making this camp. So I figure we can add this guy over here. And we have the enemy 1 and 2 and 3, right? So let's grab this guy over there. The 4th one isn't active, so let's just move that guy over there. We can do a final test. So you can sneak in here and just execute everyone if you're really sneaky. If you're like me, you're not gonna be able to, so you might wanna just smash your way through. Well, that was easy. Now we can loot the chest. Cinematic works. Awesome. That's great. So I'm just gonna get to the officer's bridge. Let's see. Oh no, okay, so it's called something else. Platform, something platform. Did I make it out of something completely different? Yes, I did. Right. Hold up. Wood props. Here we have it. Here part. So I'm just gonna make a little bit of more of a walk-in room for the That's interesting. We have the chest. Hinge socket. The screws. Let's just move the entire thing. Like so. No, I didn't like that. Maybe I'll get one of those instead. Makes more sense. Like so. Splendid. So, I think this is cool. I think we might want to have these guys wandering about. The reason why we haven't done it for as default is that when you place them for a battle camp like this, you might want to have them very stationary. So we spawn the actor and we set they should wander. So let's just promote this one to a variable. It's defaulted to false, which is exactly what we want. And then we can have this one on. So now when I start, hopefully they will spawn and they will actually have the wander setting on, and they will roam around inside the camp. We could set up patrol patterns as well, but I don't think I want to do that right now. And it seems to be working. Oh shoot. Found me, man. Hmm. That's cool. I'm gonna fix something on this command officer's bridge as well. So let's see if I can do it immediately, okay, directly on the static mesh, I think so. So let's make it a custom preset, and we're gonna make sure that it doesn't block the camera. And hopefully that will solve the issue. So now we can go through this one, and we doesn't have these small things here messing up the collision. Great though. Quick push, and then we're gonna move on. Now we want to populate every single treasure chest in this area, so we don't forget that. So we want to generally provide crafting mats, I suppose. Unless there's a larger or bigger challenge, then we want to add something else. Added a wander roaming option on camp chest VFX. Oh, that reminds me. I'm actually going to make a quick upgrade on the camp chest as well. I was gonna add a Niagara effect. We currently have one running here, but we don't need one of these guys, so we just have to change it up a little bit. The Niagara system is supposed to be a loop one. So I want to add a indicator for what kind of loot level you will have. So we have this one. Then we have the core mesh flare. What does all these things mean? Let's figure this out. So that one worked in there. That's interesting. I'm so confused right now. That's the loot drop. It's not using any interfaces. It's not any variables, except for this one. It's not using it in a code. Doesn't run anything here, so we only have the one thing to look at, which is the Niagara component. Expand all. Do we have any color? Just looks like the default thing. I don't get it, man. Or mesh color. It's the same settings. How are these guys completely different? I don't understand. Oh well, let's just do it like this then. Take this one, put it to 0. This isn't gonna work either, is it? Hmm. I'm gonna reset this for now. Whoop, that's a crash. Hold on. See if it works again. Oh, I see. Just need to... Oh man, sneaking is hard. Ow. It's the last missing buddy. Where the heck you at, man? There he is. Running around outside, I see. How the heck did he go? All the way here. That's odd. Camera work. Flawless. Awesome. So now that thing works again. Boom. Let's add some rewards then. Let's add some emeralds. And let's duplicate it. You can also get some... We could add some frost shrooms, so the player can craft some ice arrows. We could also add some extra fire berries for the explosive arrows, or a bunch of soul dust to provide the player with a currency to purchase whatever they want. I think that the frost shrooms might be a good idea. And let's give them 5 of those. I'm gonna check real quick what the cost to create the few ice arrows is. So to craft an earth arrow you need the wood, moon root, so we can provide some moon roots as well. We need 3 frost shrooms. So we might want to give maybe 6 or something. Let's go to 6 frost shrooms and a few moon roots as well. Moon root. There we have those. Let's give them 5 of those. So now we have some loot here, some emeralds that you use to craft your power books. And let's have a quick look on the power books as well. So I added 3 emeralds now if you defeat the battle camp. And with 3 emeralds you can craft. So you need 15 for the rank 1, which seems pretty reasonable as these are the strongest in-game items. And then you need 20 for the next one. And then for the 25 for the last one. Alright. So, oh, right. Let's check it. Let's make sure it's working with all the loot and stuff before we go and add the rewards for the other things. I want to add the elite reward as well for the time challenge right after this. So let's just put these guys up. Oh. Man, my parry sucks. Alright, so now we can loot it. Let's see if we get the rewards. Whoa. And it seemed to be working quite nicely. Let's go on to... I want to add a... We're gonna add some spawners over here as well, but for now I want to add some, whoops, some loot to this thing over here. Let's go inventory core. A single item from the data table. Let's go with the crafting items again. And this time we had the emeralds in the other one, so this one is going to provide you with some rubies. And let's add 3 as well. Yeah, 3 rubies is fine. And then we have this one, and here you can get the first few sapphires. So this thing over here is stupid, so let's remove that one. And we're going to make a copy of the other chest over here. Copy that one. And just move it down to the ground real quick. Like so. Let's have it in the middle of the dome. And then we're gonna switch the rubies for the sapphire in this one. So if you clear this area, you defeat the camp with enemies over here. You defeat the camp with enemies over here. Unlock the barriers, you get this sapphire and rubies. And if you defeat the battle camp over here, you get the emeralds. So that seems pretty reasonable. It's a reward. And then we have the treasure chest for 13, which has a reference here. So we have the 13 is the normal reward, and the elite reward is the 14th chest. Alright, cool. So let's see here. This is the 14th, so this is the elite reward, and this is the normal one. So let's go down to the inventory core and add a single one. So if you clear the elite Actually, I think I'm gonna add money to the normal one. And if you clear delete one, you get additional rubies, like 2 of each or something like that. So we can provide you with a time challenge. If you pass it on the easy or the lower rank, you get like 200 soul dust. And you can use the soul dust instead of crafting material to buy stuff. And for this one, let's add maybe a single one of each. That might be enough. This one is a super easy time challenge as well. So let's just duplicate this 2 more times. And we add the sapphire. And we add the ruby. Awesome. So now we're gonna try out the time challenge, and we're gonna try out to the energy barriers, just to make sure everything drops properly. Easy peasy. So the normal one grants us 200 soul dust. Excellent. And this one gives us 1 of each of those things. Great. So the time challenge works just fine. And now we're going to go over to the energy barrier area. No, so close. Alright, gotta run around.
Look, a treasure chest.
Sapphire. Yeah, perfect.
It must be my lucky day. That's a treasure chest.
Awesome. So they are all working just fine, so let's make a quick save here, and then we're gonna push the level changes. Um, what did we do to those? Oh, yeah. Move the battle chest to the correct level. I'm just gonna push all these changes to the Discord or to GitHub now, real quick. Let's see here. Changed collision profile on officers bridge. Populated treasure chests. Pine forest. Hmm. Alright. So I figured I might wanna do a change to this thing here. Power core has been destroyed. Timeline is running, so this is where I want to change the collision then. So I want to change the collision here to, yeah, what do I want to change it to? I guess just no collision. That's the simplest thing. Let's grab this component, and when we play the fade out to the barrier despawn, okay, so if we set the collision enable to no collision, just as soon as the barrier despawn event runs, we set the collision to nothing. I'm gonna try it out on this power core over here. Start the game. Alright, this is too far. No!
Look, a treasure chest.
Right. Might have to try it on that one actually. That's so stupid. Why? Done. Done. Done.
It must be my lucky day.
Yep. That works way better. So maybe just tweak it just a little bit. I see we have a 1 second delay here. So instead of doing this long ass thing before we actually remove the collision, we can set the collision to no collision after 1 second, so we at least have the fade started before you can run through. So as soon as the barrier starts fading, that's when we can run through the barrier without having it block us. Let's try it out really quick. One guy down, 2 guys down. So when we touch it now, it's gonna give us this thing. We go through here, and now we can go through.
Look, a treasure chest.
That's fine. Awesome. That one's improved. Gotta remember to push the changes. Let's go to the next blueprint over here. So the time challenge, one thing that's been bothering me for quite a bit is that we could make this more intuitive to the player, because I made this thing so I know what's gonna happen. However, if I go here, I don't see this one because the blueprint hides every the thing connected to the challenge until you activate it. So when I activate this, you will see a what's this? Huh, that's interesting. Oh, something weird. Anyway, so over there and over here and in the sky we have a bunch of things connected to the time challenge blueprint, and they shouldn't be visible, most of the things. The initial platform here should probably be visible, but the way I made the code is that it grabs an array of all the objects, so we want to separate the starting platform because it starts immediately, and obviously I could add a delay, but for people who knows what to do, we don't want to sort of keep them waiting. So I think I'm going to look into this, see if I can find a solution maybe. So we grab an array here, we'll complete, call the ping, yeah, okay, so we set everything hidden here. So we might want to do like a sorry about that. We might want to copy the original array and call it starting platform, and we expose it to the editor, and we're going to change it to a single object. This is a single object reference, and then we're gonna copy this node over here. And do this thing. So after we hide all the array of platforms, we're gonna go this one. Oh, that's not what. Did that one get over there? Like that, I suppose. We could, I guess we could also just no, wait, this is stupid. It's not at all what we want to do. So we just want to exclude it, I suppose. That's probably the easiest way. So this one is called Simple Moving Object 2. So this one, if we just... Oh yeah, right. We have to keep it in the blueprint because if you win the challenge, I want to clean everything up. So I want to remove everything. That way we don't want this one still in the level. So if we remove it from the array, it's not going to clean itself up. So it might actually be a good idea doing it this way then. So on event begin play, we hide everything. So we just want to show the starting platform then. So we do not hide this one, but it's still in the old array for the starting everything and stuff. So if I did this correctly now, it should still work with the self-cleaning mechanics and yet not hide it in the beginning. And I did not do it the right way, because I never told it what object it was. Alright. Now we don't have the errors anymore. And it's being shown. None of the others are being shown. So this is more intuitive. As a player who doesn't know what this is, this clearly takes some attention. And now everything else is visible. Perfect. So now let's just finish the challenge, obviously at the elite level. This is the first time challenge you will be able to find in the world, so it's the easiest one. And everything's gone, perfect. I still get the loot, soul dust, and the emerald, and rubies and sapphires. Excellent. Save it. Now we're gonna push some of the upgrades. Polished condition. Code on barrier despawn event. Bam. Time challenge now has a visible starting platform. Awesome. Let's push those changes. Alright, so let's get to the next part. We would like to add some minables and then a layer of enemies. So first of all, let's figure out what kind of stuff do we actually want to add here. Can I paint with actors? I don't think so. Actor foliage, maybe. Iron ore. Iron ore. This is in the ARPG inventory system, and then we have the classes. Intractable. Iron ore. Actor. Let's see what this is. So we have a actor here. Okay, so we can actually paint. Why can't we drag them into the thing like that? That is super weird. Alright, so we want to add the iron node. Let's see how this works. Should attach. This is awesome. So good. Right. Let's create everything that has a I have to go through these and make sure everything has a node to its name. Flower node, frost shroom, dark iron node, emerald node, fireberry node, flower node, frost shroom node. Ironwood node, okay. Ironwood node, moonroot node, ruby node, sapphire node. Oh. Well, I guess we have all the nodes, so let's just write node now and create copies of this guy. Let me do that. So let's see, copy. Okay, this is gonna be super. You copy this. Yes, you can. Okay. So how many do we need? We need 2, 3, 4, 12. Okay. Yes. It's 4, 8. Well, name those. I cannot. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh shoot, there's no. Yeah, that's gonna be. It's not even gonna be. It's not even gonna be faster doing it this way. Actually, I'm just gonna remove these guys. I thought it was gonna save me some time, but it really isn't gonna do it. However, I fixed the node thing, so this is good. So what we want to do now is to add some nodes. Dark iron node. Hello there. Hmm. now we go back and add some flowers. And generally we want to add those in the more greener open areas. And here we might want to add like a flower over here. Something here. I know we have a little bit of a nicer area over here. Yeah. I think that's it. Right. So I think we just finished up the materials. Maybe we need some more stuff here to get from. I'd like to add a tree just where you go up here. And a flower for sure. Let's just add another flower here. And let's start playing from around here. Just run through the forest and see how sort of the frequency of the materials feel that you can gather. Oh, wait. Oh well. It worked. What exactly are you guys up to? Let's try again. I noticed that there were some missing birds for some reason, but they're here now. Alright, so we have the flower. Alright, I need to fix that as well. We got the herbs. We have one of the copper or the iron ores. Did I miss something? No, I don't think so. Go up there. Flower. Destructible things here. Perfect. See here, we have some things here and over there. You have this thing. And you have this. Plenty of stuff to interact with. Alright, and you also have that one. This part, I feel like it feels good. I feel like this part has like the right amount of things to interact with, especially now that we're gonna add some enemies soon. I have this thing. Yeah, it might be a little bit intense here, I guess. Oh, hello there. So I might want to clean this area up a little bit. Let's check it out over here. So we have the iron roots. So small amount of experience. The first few levels are super easy to get. Oh. Alright, so this is super annoying. Like, needs to be fixed. Oh, dear God. I want to remove one of the harvestable things over here. This one was just a tiny little bit too much. Alright. And I guess with that, I'm going to end the stream.